Welcome to the COMC High School Football Coaches Show, presented by the great folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center, where your health is their mission. Also brought to you by Surdike Yamaha, our veterinary, Polylift Boat Lifts, Show Me Zero from MoDOT, and Lake Ozark Real Estate, Jonathan Hartenstein, owner associate. We are here at Camdenton on the Lakers practice field, and Coach Parpitt's with us. Coach, we got a big one this week. It's the annual grudge match with Lebanon. This is kind of the game everybody circles on the calendar every year these days.
Yeah, you know, it's the two communities take a lot of pride in their athletics and their football programs, and you know, it's in the last third of the season, and you know, a lot of good things about this game, but it's really going to take place between the lines, you know, and what the young men from both communities can do.
Yeah, and year after year, I mean, these two programs have become, well, Camdenton has been for a long time one of the best high school programs in the state of Missouri. Lebanon has stepped up in the last decade or so and become one of those. So it makes for a great game pretty much every time you two teams meet. Last year you split the two games. You got the regular season win. They got the win in the playoffs. Just two great, powerful teams, really.
Yeah, you know, they were our strengths matched each other last year, and so, you know, it was one of those situations where, you know, you could play 8 games and it could be 4-4, it could be 5-3. It's going to be very tight. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of things that go in, a lot of work that goes into those games from both teams.
Absolutely. So last week you got your 5th straight win, I think. 6-1 on the season now as you beat Hillcrest. It looked like that game was fairly tight in the first half.
Yeah, you know, we turned the ball over. And they got a short field on the interception return, and they were able to punch it in, and so we were behind in the first quarter, really, for the first time, and so that was a strange place for us to be, but we battled back and were able to get some things going, and it got more comfortable in the second half. But it was one of those situations. I knew that Hillcrest was going to play well. I knew they could defend, and the other thing I knew is if they got their offense going, they were going to be challenging because they had some pieces that were going to be tough to defend, and they did, you know, and sometimes all that outside noise and pressure that comes from that week, it's homecoming and senior night, and you're playing a team that hasn't won yet. You think it's going to be the smooth sailing, but the other team, you know, kind of battles back, and we had to fight, but our guys rose the occasion.
Yeah, absolutely, and also kind of a trap game in a way, because you got the big showdown with Lebanon coming up the next week and all that stuff. But a lot of coaches say it's good when you have to go through those times of, you know, finding out who you are and what you're all about, and you kind of got that a little bit last week.
Yeah, we had to kind of find out, hey, we're gonna do this together, and not let the pressure of any expectations from somebody other than us. And really our only expectation, I know it seems super boring and cliche, but it's to be 1-0. We don't ever set a goal, we have to score this many points or give up this many points. We just have to find a way to be on the top of the scoreboard there at the end of each week. And that's our focus, and that's what we want to do.
Hard to believe, but no more home games left for the rest of the regular season, hopefully in the playoffs. What makes Bob Shore Stadium so special for you guys?
I think it's a focal point for our community. You know, we have so many people who come there and show their talents. You know, it's the band, the cheerleaders, the dance team, the youth clinics that they have for dance and cheerleading. Our youth football program comes through there, and you know, it's just a place where our community meets. I think it's been traditionally, you know, since I was in school 30 years ago, and so I think that's what makes it special, you know, and all the great games that have occurred there, all those crazy comebacks or big victories in the playoffs, just everybody's got a ton of memories there.
Yeah, including you, who won a state championship when you were playing for Bob Shore there.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay, so it's Lebanon this week on the schedule. We'll talk about that big game coming up Friday night with Coach Parpitt here on the COMC High School Football Coaches Show.
A message for everyone using the roads. That's you drivers and riders, evening runners and those running errands, lake dippers and road trippers, fun havers and adventure seekers. Help make the roads safer by doing 4 simple steps. Buckle up, phone down, slow down, and drive sober. That's it. 4 simple steps that have been proven to prevent traffic deaths. That means more rides, runs, laughter, life. After all, simple actions save lives.
Being a successful Laker athlete takes hard work, discipline, and teamwork, much like our work here at Polylift Boat Lifts. If you envision your team being the best, you will be the best. The effort you put into building your team and working together as one unit always pays off. And remember, Lakers, who's got it better than us? Congratulations to all the Laker athletes from all of us at Polylift Boat Lifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Welcome back to the COMC High School Football Coaches Show, talking with Coach Parr Pitts. Camdenton, the Lakers here on the practice field. Lakers getting ready for the big showdown with Lebanon. Lebanon, really good, undefeated coming into this one. They've blown everybody out, and you have to play them on the road at Lebanon. What kind of a game are you expecting?
I think it'll be physical. You know, both teams play good defense, good physical defense. Their strength on offense is running the football, and they've got, you know, 3 or 4 guys that can break it at any time, or break tackles, or just pound for those tough yardage. You know, so, and then we're sort of balanced, but we can also throw it a little bit, and so that could make some explosive situations for us. But you know, it's 2 good teams. You know, they're coming in with a high ranking and undefeated and leading our conference, so we know they're going to be ready to play.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What is that field like there at Lebanon? Is that a nice field to play on? Is it a hard field to play on over there?
No, you know, it's got the lines on it, and it's green, and I kind of look at it, you know, like the Hoosiers, where they go to the state championship game and they measure it. It's the same size as our field. You know, it's just a unique place to go. You know, everybody has some advantage when they play at home. They've got a great crowd. Their student section does a great job, and I know that our student section will show up and support our guys, and I know our parents and our community will come as well. So
yeah,
it's going to be an awesome night.
Absolutely. And we were talking a little bit before we went on the air. There's a lot of respect between the 2 programs and the coaches there. I mean, for a rivalry, there's really no nastiness there. There's just a whole lot of respect there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I always feel like rivalries make your team and your program better, because you have that idea of got to be working harder, better, becoming better than that team that we know we have to is a benchmark test for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is your offense got to do Friday night to get a win?
We have to take care of the football. We can't give them extra possessions, because they're a time of possession team. We want to be able to stretch the field in a dynamic way, so that we can you know, move the ball in big chunks. So that's one of the things, taking care of the football, protecting the passer, being able to run the football when it's needed, I think is going to be a key thing for us on offense.
And defense, what are you going to focus on defense to be able to pull out a win?
You know, it's really boils down to this: make them snap it again. Don't give up a big play, because they've made a ton of big plays throughout the season up to this point. You know, they break tackles, they get people that will go 2 or 3 guys to their fullback and nobody to their quarterback, or the opposite, 2 or 3 guys to their quarterback and nobody on their fullback. And so, you know, have to play assignment football, have to make them snap it again, and just play physical.
Kind of fun when you get 2 great teams like this playing each other. Both these teams can go pretty far in the playoffs this year, and yet you get to kind of match yourself during the regular season.
Yeah, it's one of those unique opportunities that you get to play, and then you could face each other as the playoffs progress if you continue to win.
Absolutely. Okay, so Camdenton getting ready for Lebanon. Up next, we'll travel across town, talk with Osage coach Shannon Jolly as they get ready to hit the road, play a pretty tough game at Southern Boone. The COMC High School Football Coaches Show.
Exclusive lake luxury is hard to come by nowadays, but that's exactly what's available at the Villages at Shawnee Bend.
Whatever your lake dream, the Villages can make it a reality. Stake the claim to your lake paradise in the lake's premier luxury home development, the Villages at Shawnee Bend.
This one's gonna be fun. It's the second to last game of the regular season. Old rivals Eldon and California getting together for a little rivalry. The Mustangs and Pintos really don't like each other much, and Lake TV will be there live to show you how it goes down. It starts at 6:30 Friday with a COMC pregame show. Kickoff at 7. Will Eldon break their 3-game losing streak to the Pintos? Join William Holtz, Mike Bissell, and Lake TV Friday night to find out. At COMC, your health is our mission. Central Ozarks Medical Center offers 3 OBGYNs at the Osage Beach Clinic and 2 pediatricians with same-day appointments available. At COMC, our doors are open to everyone with 5 primary care locations conveniently located across the Ozarks. COMC for the best medical, dental, and behavioral health care. Get more info on how COMC can help you at centralozarks.org. COMC, where your health is our mission. And welcome back to the COMC High School Football Coaches Show. We're here at the School of the Osage, home of the Indians. Head coach Shannon Jolly with us, fresh off another really nice win. That makes 3 out of 4, 2 in a row. And so you hit the road this week. You beat up on a pretty good Boonville team Friday night.
Yeah, we didn't play our best football, but it was nice when you get back on the road and get a road trip under your belt and get a win at the same time. At times we didn't play our best, but we also brought some things out that we hadn't seen out of our team. So, it was a great trip for us.
What did you bring out that you hadn't seen from the team?
Well, we had some guys make plays that normally don't make the bigger plays for us, and it was kind of nice to see what capabilities we had. I know, Noah had a great catch. Noah Stevens had a great catch, and he's not necessarily our primary receiver, but he had a great big third down conversion. And there was other tackles and things defensively that people made that were big at the time when we needed them, and it was just exciting to see some other kids get in the fold.
You're pretty young this year, have a lot of young players, including your quarterback. Sometimes it takes a while for those guys, those young quarterbacks, to be able to read coverages, throw the ball, and stuff like that. Are you seeing some growth there?
Yeah, the thing that I'm liking about what Maverick does is before, where he was taking some chances and we were looking at turnovers and interceptions early. Now he's tucking the ball or throwing it out of bounds or finding receivers. The play that I was talking about, he was in the pocket and got flushed out and then threw across his body to Noah. But it was a good decision. It just, he had to work a little harder to get there. And that was some of the things early in the season I don't think he realized he was going to have to do. But Boonville's front was a talented defensive front. So, they put us in conflict in the passing game.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys come out on top. Looks like this team is really finding itself, getting a little better every week.
Yeah, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. We are getting better. The thing that I want to compliment our guys about is their attitudes. Like, this is a group, that's 3 and 4, but if you're around them, you don't feel like that. You feel like we're probably, 5 and 2 or something like that. So hats off to them. I think they're enjoying the process of getting better instead of just looking at, we talked about the light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes, take a look in the tunnel and see what you find in there. So that's what we're looking at. So, again, week 10 is coming up quick. We got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Week 10, the start of the playoffs. You guys have won 3 of your last 4. Are you playing the best football of the season?
No, not even close. We're playing good football, but not. These kids have the sky's the limit for these guys. And we talked earlier. I don't want to wait till next year. I don't want to wait till the year after. We want this year. We want to, the sense of urgency. So, no, we haven't played our best football. I think we played our best football against Hallsville as far as putting all the components together. But Friday night was definitely not our best football.
Okay, and this week, going to be a really tough one. You are on the road again against a Southern Boone team that is 6-1 as you go into that. We'll talk about that game on Friday night. Coming up right after this, you're watching the COMC High School Football Coaches Show.
Whatever it is that pulls you in, Yamaha is here to elevate every moment and bring you closer to where you need to be. That's the power of the water.
Visit Surdyke Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong. Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family, and at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offer routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. Our veterinary, with 6 convenient locations, the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Welcome back to the COMC High School Football Coaches Show. We're here with head coach Shannon Jolly of the Osage Indians. Second straight road game coming up, and this another really tough one Friday night. 6-1 Southern Boone. What makes Southern Boone so good this year?
Well, they've got some really talented weapons. I mean, they've got a couple receivers that I think can go the distance anytime, and a quarterback that's confident enough to throw it up to them. You know, it's we got out of last year's game here with a win, but you know they had opportunities to make it a more competitive football game, and they had everybody back this year. So we kind of knew that going in, but they've also got you know they're just talented. And what I mean by that is they've got some guys that can catch the ball and run after the catch, and then they've got a good running back as well that can get after it. And Southern Boone's always had a group of kids that they've always had a talented, you know, classes come through there and trying to find the right mix. And this might be the year that, you know, I think they're playing some of their best football.
Yeah, and you were actually saying earlier they're so good this year, you think they can give Blair Oaks a pretty good run.
Yeah, I do. And I think, you know, right now Blair Oaks might have the edge as far as consistency and you know, and tradition, but I think Southern Boone's talented enough where they can maybe give them a little bit of issues on the back end. But again, like I said, that'll be for them to figure out. But we feel like we've got a great opportunity. It's another opportunity for us to look at it like a Jeff City week, like a Blair Oaks week, where we've got to be at our best in order to compete.
What is your offense going to need to do Friday night to give you guys a chance to win?
Well, this Friday night against Boonville, we had issues up front, just some execution from the offensive line. And our offensive line is young to start with, so we don't have a lot of room for error. So they're going to have to be at their best. I mean, Aiden and Jason do a good job of getting positive yards and not spending much time behind the line of scrimmage. But for us to run the ball effectively, and, you know, when you look at it, the best defense is our offense to keep the ball away from Southern Boone. We're going to have to really execute up front.
Yeah, you were telling me, I think that, did Aiden Williams go over 1,000 yards rushing?
He did. I think I haven't confirmed it, but I think Coach Baumstark was talking about that. And, you know, it's fun to watch him grow too and understand that, hey, you know, we may not be as good up front this year, but that shouldn't change the way you approach it. And I think he's really bought into that, and he's had a good year.
Yeah, both those running backs looking really, really good this year, but they couldn't do anything without the line in front of them. So you say the best offense is a good defense, best defense is a good offense. So what do you want the defense to do Friday night? What are they going to have to do?
Well, what we found is we've talked each week about their preparation. Coach Hess has put them in good spots. Friday night against Boonville, we missed a lot of tackles. And we got into a situation, I think, early where our guys started to freelance a little bit and do their own thing. And then it really exposes your team defense and the whole concept of swarming and working together. So kind of putting those pieces back. But again, I mean, you know, you can see an improved defense this year. Kids are flying around. We were in the right spots, just not making the plays that we needed to.
You know, it's interesting because you want your kids to go out there and play freely, don't do too much thinking, and yet you can't have them wheeling and dealing and doing their own thing. There's kind of an edge there, isn't there?
Yeah, and that's where you get into young kids will panic. You know, not, you know, in the same words as you know, mentally getting this, but it's like they get in a situation where they feel like they have to do more than they're supposed to. And then when you've got a job to do and you've got gap responsibilities or coverage responsibilities, and you feel like you have to go do somebody else's job or do more than you're supposed to, then that takes you out of where you're supposed to be, and it really compromises the whole concept of playing team defense.
Absolutely. Taking a look at the district right now, Pleasant Hill 6-1, Van Horn 5-2, Jeff City 4-3, Warrensburg 4-3. You guys right there in the mix right now. How is that district playing out as far as Week 10?
You know, I don't know. When Warrensburg went to Pleasant Hill or played them Friday night and beat them, that was really, I don't know if anybody saw that coming, but I don't know enough about those teams, to be honest with you. We haven't played them.
Yeah.
So everything will be unique when you get placed in a different classification. You know, it's it's all new. So which allows us really to do what all coaches say and focus on ourselves and make sure we're doing what we need to do.
Absolutely. That is your COMC High School Football Coaches Show for this week, presented by the great folks at Central Ozarks Medical Center and presented to you by Surdike Yamaha, our veterinary, Polylift Boat Lifts, Show Me Zero from MoDOT, and Lake Ozark Real Estate, Jonathan Hartenstein, owner-broker.